Peace. This is another video. This is Supreme Intelligence, and this video is gonna be about the NBA. Well, I'm not saying that I'm disappointed. I'm not surprised about what went down, but I'm not in shock in no type of way, because you understand the NBA is a business, and they looking out for themselves and their families. They're not really worried about like the problem at hand that's been going on for so long. Yeah, you wear Black Lives Matter shirts, y'all donating all this freaking money or what the fuck at, but at the end of the day, the owner is gonna control everything around it, Like, I was like, yo, they about to cancel the season or whatever. Lucky I got a notification on my phone while I was at work or whatever, and and what did it say? They players decided to resume the season. I was like, that's a bunch of bullshit. The thing is, when my mother and my father was growing up, everybody who know my family, know that my dad and my mom was, they was involved in the community a whole freaking lot. They was woke. Cause from the time that they was a youth to the time they became adults, they went through it. The place, like my mom, she grew up in Queens, and my dad, he was born in Harlem, but he grew up in, let me rephrase that. My dad grew up in Harlem as a teenager. Then they moved to Queens when he was a teenager, if that makes sense. It's like he lived in Harlem until he was like a teenager, and then moved to Queens to a teenager to the time he moved out. Like, my dad moved out when he was like 16, 17 years old, something like that. But it's like, as I told y'all, my dad, he was a 5%er, so he, not in the youth, but as like I told y'all, like the last few years of his life, he became a 5%er. He woke up to the person that he was, that he didn't believe that there was a mystery God. He was, both of my parents were spiritual, but more I can say that my dad was. So it's like this, I got off topic a little bit, but for what I want to say about the NBA is, I'm not surprised by any of this shit, because most of them players, you gotta think, this is a job. You know what I'm saying? You got a job. It's like you boycott or whatever. It's like you at a job and shit, and you don't like the rules and stuff, and they ain't be like, yeah, let's boycott, or let's go on strike or whatever. You understand? You go on strike, you're not getting paid. You're losing money. That means you're basically doing the shit for free. So it's like they cancel the season. You gotta think they losing a whole lot of shitload of fucking money. And when you lose, it's like when a player loses, it's like when a businessman loses money. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get pissed. And it's like the owners, they looking at it like this, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We gonna lose all this money, and then the next thing I heard that if they was to cancel the rest of the season, that it was something called, like, they was gonna have another lockout. And then they have another lockout, that's gonna be held. They're already losing money because no fans are coming to the arena to see the games. There's virtual fans, but that's not the same. You gotta understand, you at a game. I go to games all the time, you know what I'm saying? And when I go to games, you know what I'm saying, you want to get a soda, you want to get other stuff, you want to get jerseys and stuff like that. That's basically how they make money at the games, you know what I'm saying, off of food and merchandise. So that's not happening. So they're losing a whole shitload of money. So they canceled the season. I'm saying I'm not surprised that they didn't cancel it. I'm not saying that they don't care or whatever, but you gotta think, you know what I'm saying? Your boss comes and, yo, get to work. What are you gonna do? You're gonna have to get to work. Am I pissed off in a little bit? I'm like, yo, all this shit. In a way, I am pissed off because they was talking all that shit, talking about, yeah, we're gonna cancel the season because this and this injustice, that. But you gotta understand, these motherfuckers got billions of dollars. They really don't give a fuck. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm not saying all of them don't give a fuck. Some of them gives a fuck. Like I can say one thing, like people like LeBron care, Chris Paul care, you know what I'm saying? Giannis care, and you know what I'm saying? And other people care. But you gotta understand, us as black people, we've been going through this shit our whole fucking life. Like, we're tired of it. You know, enough. When is it gonna end? I feel it's never gonna stop. You know, until something happens, and something happens in a big way. So this is Supreme Intelligence. This is a video, and peace.